I don't want to propose myself that I know everything. Looking at my track record, I do have some sort of knowledge in these areas. And if I can help someone, like that's the goal for now.
So what is it? What is it?
It's a pretty fucking chaotic world right now. Like, there's a lot of shit going on, but I feel like people are seeking balance in this chaotic world, and they don't always know how.
Why did you become a soft little...
Why? I'm not anymore. I'm not anymore. First, like, I had this idea like 2 to 3 weeks ago already, and I was like, this shit, it's way too competitive.
The road is what is enjoyable in retrospect when you look back.
Also, like, if you're constantly seeking fulfillment through external things, like, then it's a never-ending cycle. Having a YouTube business is awesome, but like YouTube search, like the game we are playing, if you're not creating the content yourself, it's actually like a pretty boring business.
Ron, welcome back to the Netherlands.
Oh, we
baby.
are recording. Yeah, I was just looking somewhere else. Yeah, I'm back,
We're
baby.
on air.
Yeah, I just arrived 2 days ago, so everything is solid. Back to it.
How was it?
Yeah, it was all nice. Like, it's Vietnam is cool. I like Thailand, for example, more. It's a little bit more like Vietnam is a little bit more underdeveloped, but like a really culture is crazy. Like with the Vietnam War and like how they developed after the war, and like those Vietnam people, they were nasty in the war and like really creative. Like we went to those tunnels in the south, like they used fighting the war basically to exhaust like the US army and that kind of stuff, and they use like certain traps with huge spikes, but the spikes, like those traps are not to kill the soldiers but to make them wounded, so they lure like their teammates to help them and then they ambush the team. Like those kind of stories, it's crazy. And we went to the war museum, seeing all the all like the how everything went. And one crazy thing is so the US didn't really could fight in the jungle, so they used like certain gas, and the gas is very toxic, and it's called like Agent Orange as like a nickname for the US, and basically caused like the whole jungle to die. Basically, it's like a toxic stuff basically, but it got all like in the soil, and eventually also in the water and in the food. And a lot of people in Vietnam were getting children, and like 10, 20, 30 years later, people are still like, they're like being born like disabled. Like they get like a limb extra, or like they couldn't walk, or they had like no hands, or they got like a deformed face, all because of that shit. So that was pretty impressive to see. But it's a small history lesson right at the start of the podcast.
No, but that's interesting for sure.
Yeah.
And also, can you please tell me a little bit about why did you become a soft little pussy?
Why? I'm not anymore. Yeah, because I told you. The listeners don't know. But yeah, basically because at 3 weeks it was holiday, I did a little bit less. Also because I had no big thing going on, like big project going on. But I learned a lot about myself. So that's
okay.
Also really.
So what are the learnings?
Lotte is listening, my girlfriend. So no, just kidding. No, the thing is,
Lotte, pause the podcast. Leave.
No, she doesn't need to worry. No, but I basically learned a lot about myself. Like a lot of people want to live like a free life, have passive income, and not work for their boss. Which of course is very logical that you want to achieve that when you're like in a 9 to 5. So I get that, but I basically came across my own realization that I need to keep working on stuff, like always. And
otherwise you're not happy.
Yeah, so it's basically like fulfillment. So I was like thinking like, what is actually like fulfilling me? And like having a YouTube business is awesome. Like it's generating cash to for my life and that kind of stuff. But like YouTube search, like the game we are playing, like if you're not creating the content yourself, it like you're not spending like daily on it, and like it's actually like a pretty boring business. But like boring businesses are good because they often work, and like YouTube search really works. Like it's very consistent, gives you revenue, etc. But it's a pretty simple process once you have the systems in place, basically.
So you basically came to the end of the road of this like idea of passive income. I lay on the beach and, you know, enjoy my margaritas. And then you realize that that's not what you like, and that's not what makes you fulfilled and happy all along, right?
Yeah, it's basically that's the case. Or I should at least like have some sort of project for myself to be working
Mhm.
on. Like sitting on a beach for a week is really nice, but I get like very uncalm. I don't know if that's a word, but
Yeah,
like
like
the,
restless.
yes, restless indeed, because it doesn't fit who I am as a person.
Hmm.
And then you add in like you don't have your workout routine. Like you were still worked out, but it's like a little bit less, and then it adds up. So I was really desperately looking basically for something new, and that's I think also not good because you then jump too quickly on things that might not be it on the long term. You know?
Yeah. We, me and my girlfriend, had a realization as well, which was that all happiness actually comes from change. It doesn't,
Okay.
yeah, happiness and fulfillment never comes from prolonging or having a static um, way of doing things, right? So, for example, you know, if you're just in the routine and you're just working, you're really longing for a vacation. You're really longing for a change of scenery, right? And then when you get it, you're really happy, you're really excited. Guess what? A week goes by, you're used to it. You have the same, now you have new routines. Oh, you wake up, you get a nice fresh morning juice. Oh, you go to the beach, you read a book. And then that starts to fade out. So
Yeah.
then what are you looking for? Oh, man, I really would love to go back to work and do it again, like or whatever it is. So actually, it's like, how this whole conversation about like balance, like everything needs to be in balance in life. Well, this is kind of like a similar thing where change is the only way that will actually bring you happiness. So you need to always change. You need to go, okay, I'm gonna work now, and then I'm gonna go on a vacation, and then I'm gonna go this, I'm gonna like, it's like in spurt,
Yeah.
like kind of like in these like small sprints.
Yeah, I think as a human, you should at least have some sort of feeling that you're progressing towards something in life. Like it doesn't have to be
Yes.
business, but that you're at least like something that you do matters to you at least. And once that's gone, like you can see it oftentimes when, for example, football players like they quit they did football for 20 years and now they need to do something else because they're too
Yeah.
old. Or people from the military, they stopped with the military because they're older and like what now? Like it was a whole part of their identity and they fall like in a black hole. That's the same if you don't have anything going on you for yourself in your life. You maybe feel a little bit empty.
I was on this weekend. I searched YouTube for Dan Bilzerian podcast. I'm a fan of his
I
book.
think I've seen the same one, like the recent one, like it came out 7 days ago or something.
2 months ago,
Oh, okay.
164,000 views. I'm actually gonna. It's if you search YouTube for Dan Bilzerian podcast, it's a mighty podcast. That's
Maybe I
the
checked a part of it, but then it's maybe a clip I watched.
for those of you guys who are on YouTube. I'm actually gonna show you right here. So this is the thumbnail. This one.
Oh yeah, I've seen that one. Like basically that nothing fulfills him anymore in life. Like he got everything. Is that the
Dude,
part
he's
you?
like, he's like, I walked to the end of the like he's like, I've been to the end of the road. I'm on a yacht, 27, 10 out of 10 hot chicks want to bang me, right? We are, we're in the middle of this yacht, crystal blue water. What else could a man want, right? Like there are more girls than I can potentially even have sex with. And all he wanted to do in that point was get into his paddleboard and paddle away from the yacht so he won't get his energy like pulled in all these
Yeah,
different directions because all these girls wanted his attention. So, and then he was like, yeah, I realized that, first of all, the things like the pleasure, he's like, oh yeah, I bought a new Ferrari and then, I put on like 90 miles in 1 year and then I sold it. Like it doesn't bring me any pleasure or anything like
yeah,
that, right?
yeah,
So the thing is, there are two takeaways. I'll probably forget now as I start talking. The first takeaway is, well, it's actually like you said, the progress that gives you a lot more pleasure rather than the achievement on the goal. So that's the first thing, and then of course I forgot the second thing. So just you go ahead now.
yeah. But that's the case. But also, like if you're constantly seeking fulfillment through external things, like then it's a never-ending cycle.
Yes.
So, but it's crazy. So that's what I've learned during the holiday as well, and I've actually started looking at like a red line in my life, like I don't know, like a red. How do you call it? Like the thing that always comes back in your life, like a red line, right? Like a
Mm. Yeah, like a
That's
kind
what
of
you
like a
call it.
line that goes like in the mid, like always
Yeah,
has
like
like
so.
yeah,
So basically, I was looking at things like because during those 3 weeks, or actually like last couple of weeks or months, I was looking for a new project, a new business model to make money, and I was like,
yeah,
I'm now making maybe the same decisions I was making like when I started entrepreneurship. Like in the beginning, you start a business purely to make money because you want to be free of your job, maybe, and I
yeah,
totally get it. So I've started with e-commerce, uh, did it successfully. Then now I started YouTube automation, basically for the same reason. And now, like for me, it doesn't make like I was now already looking for a big business model to make money quick, basically. But I was like, why? Why? Because basically, I know with YouTube search, the channels will keep growing if I continue the way I do so. You grow to 10, 15, and maybe in 2 years, you're at 20K a month. So, money wise, you should not like chase that too much because then you start making I think, different decisions. So then I was
right.
looking at that red line in life, like what's something I always enjoyed, what's something I get maybe emotional by without me doing like get touched by without like actually having the rational mind.
So what is it? What is it?
Yeah. No, yeah. So, but you already touched upon it a little bit. Like, um, I think more life is more about balance, like being basically a sort of hybrid man. I think like some people only chase money and they become really good at one specific thing. Like they have found a certain way of doing business which works really well for them, and that's awesome. Like continue to do so. But if you're not healthy, not fit, or you don't have good relationship with your friends or family, or maybe your girlfriend, or you're maybe not fulfilled, or your mindset is a little bit like poor, like scarce, like what's the use of a good business? So I was more like I think I'm pretty imbalanced. Like I'm not saying I have everything figured out, but I really enjoy having certain conversations with friends like in real life, and they're like, "Hey, Ron, I'm struggling with this. Like, what's your opinion on it?" Like then I freely give my opinion because they ask for it, and oftentimes I get a lot of energy from those conversations, and I feel like they can actually do something with what I'm saying. So that's also very cool.
Mm,
So I decided like why not make some sort of community where that's like um the main goal, like seeking some sort of balance in life in like business, fitness, mindset, discipline, and those kind of things. And first, like I had this idea like 2 to 3 weeks ago already, and I was like, fuck this shit, it's way too competitive, I'm not going to do any like self-development because it's fucking like there are thousands of or millions of
right.
people
Yeah.
out there. But then I'm also like, then that's like the rational thinking again for making money, because you're not doing that then to make money because you think it will
Yeah.
be too difficult.
Yeah.
So that's like the trap I fell into. And then I'm like, okay, let's say I will find a different business model that will make me a lot of money. And then 3, 4 years from now, I've made enough money. And then I have the same problem as I have now. What will I do now again? So I was like, I will just look at my passion, and then I will like will make money eventually from it. But that should not be the end goal. Like I basically started now this community like recently. Is like I started working on it again when I'm back in the Netherlands because I had no real routine in Vietnam. But I just want to grow that with like-minded people, inspire people. Maybe I can be some sort of stepping stones from people that are like maybe 18-year-old or 20-year-olds that want to do something with an online business, want to start their fitness journey, or
Mm,
those kind of things. I think I can hopefully be some sort of kind of stepping stone. So that's the idea I have now. And because it's so competitive and so difficult to build in the space, I think I also have like a life, like upcoming years, I have enough stuff to do. And
yeah.
while because it's within my interest, it will be easy for me to keep going. So that's the whole thinking, and it's a lot of information. But
Okay.
I'm curious what you think because I think you're operating in the same way as me in life, like
Yeah.
balanced, that kind of stuff.
Well, I like the idea about the community is just that like what's the purpose of that? Is it just to have something that you're constantly working on and have people who are like-minded with whom you can kind of spar like we're doing weekly or
Yeah, yeah. Also, but also to just help people that feel like a little bit lost. So I've made a community, and I basically what I've been experiencing in my network, in my environment, and also online. Like it's a pretty fucking chaotic world right now. Like, there's a lot of shit going on. People are addicted to their phones. People can't build routines. People find it difficult to approach a girl. Like it's not saying I have all the expertise in those areas, but I feel like people are seeking more of a balance in this chaotic world, and they don't always know how.
yeah.
So I would like love to be some sort of inspiration or help people to get a little bit of balance. Like, it's not saying I don't want
Yeah.
to propose myself that I know everything, but like looking at my track record, I do have some sort of knowledge in these areas, and if I can help someone, like that's the goal for now. And
Yeah.
later on, I'm certain I will be able to make money of it, blah, blah, blah. But then again, I would do it for the wrong reason. So that's not my
Yeah.
priority now.
Hey, quick pause on the podcast. If you're ready to take action and learn how to make money on YouTube, make sure to check out our private YouTube Business Academy community. The link is down in the description. All right, back to the episode. Yeah, I like that. I like the idea. I like the idea, and I hope that it's gonna, like, you're gonna grow it and you're gonna work at it. I've been thinking some things as well over the
Yeah,
past,
go ahead.
week, over the past couple of over the past week, over this weekend as well. So I don't have so much in depth things, but one of the things I was listening to. Oh, first of all, by the way, for you, that's what I was gonna say. For you, and maybe for the people listening on this subject that we were just talking about, read this book. I finished it yesterday. I started reading this book when you and I were in Bali. Remember?
Yeah, I
It's
remember.
called it's called The Road to Character. I started reading this book. It's really good.
I'll note it down.
I will leave my affiliate link for this book, you guys, down
Ah,
in the
dirty
description.
promotion.
No. But seriously, like, jokes aside, it's a fascinating book. I finished it yesterday, and I think it will help. Like, I'm not gonna go ahead and talk about what it is exactly, but just take my word on it. It's
Sure.
great, and you will find a lot of I think valuable insights there.
I'll check it out. Thanks.
In terms of the things that have been going on through my mind, I mean, a couple of things. I stumbled upon Ali Abdal's podcast, I think, and he was talking about his book, Feel Good Productivity. I haven't read it because the title kind of turned me off a little bit, because I was like, oh well, yeah, okay, you just got to be productive and feel good about it.
Yeah.
but don't judge a book by its cover, right? Because it's not about the title or the whatever. It's about the person behind the book and his philosophies, right, on the life. So a couple of things that he was talking about is his overall philosophy about how changing the word from work into play, right? Because as children, it's easy to play. It's easy to play video games. It's easy to play. It's easy to hang out, right? So if you just approach your work as in, like, you're playing, and the second thing is, if you approach your tasks as an adventure, right? So we talk about, like, the one thing for the day. So let's say you take your one thing for the day, and then instead of saying, okay, this is my task, I need to accomplish it, and then you just put your head down and you do it. Why don't you approach it with a more lighthearted way and say, hey, I'm going on an adventure today. I need to write a script. I need to do this, or I need to record this, video or whatever, right? And if you approach it as an adventure, that just makes it a little bit more fun,
Yeah.
right? And if it's fun, then it makes it easier. So instead of tasks, go on an adventure. And that's kind of like this more mental shift. But for me, it really resonated for some reason, because ever since I was a kid, I've really loved adventures, right? And every day I was looking forward to as an adventure, right? So that
That's
was
good.
something from, yeah.
Yeah, but what I experience with those kind of things, like you're looking for tasks, but a trap you can quickly fall into, at least what I have, is that you're focused on the result immediately. So that's at least what I have. Like, I want to do this task because it will get me X results, but then you're basically ignoring the task or the adventure you're busy on.
Yeah,
You're always
exactly.
yeah. So it's a good way to approach, but then you really need to train your mind to, like, okay, I'm now starting something, and you basically need to rewire the way you look at before you start something. So do you
Yeah.
do that right now? Like, are you now do you have a mantra or something?
Well, during the breakfast, for example, when we have breakfast, I'm like, all right, I'm going on an adventure. I have like a daily adventure. I have like a weekly adventure that I want to achieve, right?
Yeah.
So I try to reframe it like that, because I'm like, I've moved out of the survival mode, right? I'm going more into like this now, more security, like independence type feelings, and I want to approach more my work, and I really, really, really want to fall in love with the process rather than aiming just to get to the end of the result, because everybody who I've read is like, the road is what is enjoyable in retrospect when you look
Yeah.
back, rather than getting to it, and from my life, when I wanted to get into a better shape, that was my goal. I was like everything for that, But the fun moments kind of escaped me, when I was in the gym, when I was with my friends,
Did it enjoy
we
working out?
I did enjoy working out, but I fell in love with working out not right away. It took me some time. It took me maybe like 3 to 4 to 5 months or something like that to fall in love with training, right? And then when I fell in love with training and I put the results on a back burner, like kind of like on the second on the back end, right?
Yeah.
Then all the results came because I just started to enjoy every movement I do and all of that,
Yeah.
So same thing applies to entrepreneurship.
But it's the same when you chase something really hard. It feels like it's going away from you. It's the same when you approach a girl and you're like being too stalk, like sending her too many messages and being around her all day. She will be like, "Oh, what's this creep?" But if you take like if you don't put the end goal like getting the girl talk to you or whatever, if you put it out of your head, you'll be more relaxed and you actually be just more in the moment.
Yeah.
And that's the same
Yeah.
with work basically, and the outcome will eventually come.
They say that people don't want to give you the things that you need. If you need a girl, they're not going to come to you. If you need money, no one is going to give you that. If you need something, no. You need to have the state, like your whole being needs to be away from desperation, away from need, and more as in like, hey, you know, it's the same with like girls, right? If it's from the same podcast with Dan, he was talking about like if you need a girl, right, they're not interested. But if both of you go into the relationship, right, and you both don't need each other, but you choose instead to be together, like, hey, listen, I have all these thousands of girls, and out of all of them, I choose you. That's a different dynamic.
Yeah, and same for her probably. Like she probably has also
Yeah.
a lot
Yeah,
of
she can
options.
have she can have all the guys, but she chooses to be with you. So that's a good one.
How's Amazon going?
Amazon. Yeah, Amazon. Amazon is going slow. Ah. I made $4.40 with on-site commissions, which basically means that the videos that I have published on my Amazon storefront, I only have like 77 views, but that
So that
generated
does that one get split up from the associates
yes.
commissions? Okay.
It's on the same. It's in the same associates, but you have on-site and off-site. So off-sites, I don't remember how much I'm making right now. Like something like $200 plus the rewards, so around like
Yeah.
$350 to $400. Maybe this month in June. In May, and then June maybe it'll be like 500 or something. But on-site commissions are exciting because I only got like 77 views or something, and that generated me like $4.50.
Yeah,
So
that's good.
the
Good
R the
RPM.
RP the RPM is nuts, bro.
That's good. So it's just more volume now,
Now
more
just more
videos.
volume, yeah.
So
So
you
now I
you
order.
you uploaded a bunch of shit, right?
What do you mean a bunch of shit?
Like from Temu, or was that was for Amazon, right?
I ordered no, but from Temo. Oh, I placed an order from Temu. Congratulations, you're not so old. No, but seriously, I don't know how or why. Maybe it's my subconscious seeing all the ads somewhere around the internet. Anyway, I downloaded the Temu app. They make it so easy to order and like it's incredible. It's like TikTok, but for shopping. Like chick 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 chick
Dude,
chick.
they're
Hey,
fucking they're
five
crazy.
dollars, $2,
I
$10. Just add it to your card and shop out, check out. Just add your credit card. Boop, out. Okay, bye bye.
yeah, they're like one of the yeah, let me check. They spend like crazy amount on advertising. Like they spend 3 billion on advertising a year just on
Yeah.
Meta. So they do like 1 to 2%
Mm.
of the total Meta advertising. That's crazy. So, and I think they're only like 4 to 5 years old as well. So, and oh, by the way, I think they're losing on every order as well now,
Most likely.
just to grow market cap. I
Yeah.
think they're almost bigger in the US than Amazon, which is crazy because Amazon is there for so long.
Amazon was Jeff Bezos and Amazon were accused of, selling $1 bills for 90 cents, basically, right? Because they were So like they were unprofitable for such a long time.
Yeah.
And then the interviewer asked Jeff, like, Jeff, can you even spell profit? He's like, yes, PROPHET, as in profit, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, but he knew that it's a fixed cost business, Amazon, and once they got to a certain like volume, they would cover their expenses, and then that would, you know, then they would start generating profit. So yeah, that's interesting. That's a lot of money. $2-3 billion of Meta.
Yeah, on ads. Yeah, so that's it's crazy, but that's like a side thing. But I just heard it like, yeah, they're like just focusing on market share, and that's why they also have pretty good prices and those kind of things. And they're like, of course, competing with AliExpress as well. So, but by the way, talking also a little bit about YouTube, since we're the YouTube Business Academy, I will start uploading more short videos again and like cheap, so $1 per minute. And I will probably quit with the more expensive videos for now because, yeah, I checked some videos like the past 6 months, and in the end, like the short videos are still making me more money. So I just want to take more profits out of the channels as well. So around 1,500 a month max on costs, and then
Right.
so I
Okay.
keep something myself as well. It's also nice.
It's nice to keep money for yourself, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah,
It's
but the rest, nothing much. Like, do we have some community wins? I think we did.
wait. Hold up about community wins, dude. A skill that an entrepreneur needs to develop is to take money from the business for himself.
Yeah, pay
Because
yourself first is a
you
principle.
pay
Yeah,
yourself first, because you can, dude, you can go so far into this. This is the one lesson that I've learned, is that once you start generating and like money can just like really quickly, you know.
yeah.
So if you're an entrepreneur, you're starting to make some money, dude, put that money aside. Be very careful with it. Don't fucking blow it
But
all
do
on
make
hookers
search
and
videos.
cocaine. Huh?
Do make search videos because those are assets.
No, don't make search videos.
Oh, less competition for us.
But yeah, community wins. And also before we get into, oh, actually, let's get into that. I mean, but we don't have any,
Yeah,
we don't have,
yeah.
I think we covered,
Lucas shared one
we've covered.
8 days ago. His views basically tripled compared to last month. His revenue was not connected. Like his AdSense account was not
Yeah.
connected, so his revenue was not there yet. But like his
Mm,
views tripled compared to last month, so that's amazing. So then his revenue will also triple. He will get
yeah.
his earnings back, I think, the end of
Yeah,
this month.
you can see right here that his views are now at 30K per 28 days. So this is incredible. And but he
Yeah.
has some I'm not making any money because of an issue with an AdSense account. So
Yeah, he disconnected his AdSense account somehow, and then you need to wait 32 days. But nonetheless, like he tripled. So I think his revenue is now around $150 a month. I think it will be something like that. And I think like the month before that, he made like 40. So it's the compound effect starting out right now. So the community like a lot of people are slowly winning and slowly building their channel, which is pretty cool. So yeah.
the thing about this, we're in this for the long term, and search is also long term. So, you know, people that, and it's fascinating because on my Insta, I have the private group highlights where I keep like I keep
Oh yeah.
highlights and I keep adding them. So if you click on it, you're gonna see like the first win of Julio, and then if you just click all the way till the end, you're actually gonna see his latest win. And as he keeps growing, as he keeps progressing, he's gonna keep posting them, and it will be fascinating to see how this, you know, for example, Julio goes from this to that. So that's pretty fascinating. And I wanna end on this, and I want to discuss this with you, Ron. So the thing is giving to others brings you happiness. So it's counterintuitive, right? But a lot of people think, and myself and everybody, right, that, oh, well, if I get more stuff, then I'll be more happy, more happy, more happy. But
Yeah.
then if you give, then you actually feel more happy. What do you think about that?
I think that's true because yeah, it's pretty like it's such a cliche thing to say. I think, but like I think first you need to maybe a couple of years work for yourself, like make your own. Like you of course need to fix your own shit first. Like you may need to
Like they
make sure you
say,
can pay. Yeah, yeah, you know, yeah. Tell the saying.
Put your own mask first before helping others in this
Yeah,
plane,
so
right?
I think helping yourself first and growing yourself as a person in a business or at a company, that's very important, and I think you should always do that first, because like how can you
Yeah.
help someone if you don't have anything going on for yourself?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
after that, yeah, there's like a second mountain. I think like first, the mountain you need to climb is become like have enough money to satisfy your family or to help your family to pay for the bills. But then, yeah, then you need something else. You're looking for some more fulfillment. At least that's what I'm having right now. And then it should be about helping others. And I think that's also needed in the like in the position we are sitting. Like we work from home, we work for
Yeah.
ourselves. So you eventually also seek some sort of contact, I think, or some sort of way to help people to give back on what you've been working on. I think it's a pretty natural consequence.
Yeah. And I don't remember where I read exactly, but it wasn't, I think it was Happiness Hypothesis actually by Jonathan Haidt, because I was doing the book. He writes about that it's not about how much you give, but it's just about giving. Like even if you're just walking outside and you see a musician playing like street music, like just tipping him like €1, that was already going to make you feel good.
Yeah.
I have a rule. I don't tip just beggars. Like I don't give money just to beggars because they're not contributing anything, right? But if a person is doing some kind of a performance or playing, even if they're like usually they're good, but like even if they're not good, like I'm not gonna discriminate, because you're good or not good. It's just the mere fact that you're out with an instrument, putting in your energy and effort into this, right? And God knows your circumstances in life, but for me, €1 doesn't make any difference, right?
No.
And for you, it helps. And if 100 people like me pass by and give €1, well, guess what? You got yourself lunch and maybe a drink as well.
Back to
I
the
quit.
drinks.
I quit.
Yeah, I agree. So, by the way, if you want to join the new community, I'll send it to you, George, because I also recorded a video on it yesterday as an introduction. I'm curious what you think.
I'm invited.
Of course. But if people
Let's go,
are
Myers.
curious what it is about, feel free to join as well. But the thing I must say, like it's not for everyone. Like you should really want to basically do something with your life. You want to grow maybe in business or health wise, fitness wise, mentally, like mindset. Like like we can see it with our own community as well. If you be pretty, if you're like a little bit more strict on the front end, who you let in, the quality of the community goes way up. So you might not get in as well. By the way, it's completely free, that community. So from my community.
Woo!
So yeah, I'll send
Wow.
you the details, George. And if people want to join as well, DM me on Instagram or something.
Yes, that sounds good. All right.
All right, then let's wrap it up.
Great.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
Yes, thank you guys for listening. Really appreciate it. Sorry we didn't get to your questions that you posted on Discord, but we'll be sure to do that next week. All right, stay tuned. Thank you so much. See you next week.
Yes, bye-bye. Great ending. Lovely.